Wasabis, this is Jirbie from Couch Wasabi. So for today's video, we will be trying out this new brand from Crescendo coffee, and this is actually from Benguet. So if you're interested to know how this would taste like, then please keep on watching. Alright, so I got this from Lyndon, and he's actually a home roaster based in Southern Metro Manila. So it's my first time to try this out. Kaka-roast lang niya nito within the week, I think, or last weekend. So we had it rested for about 4 days. Kaya ngayon ko lang siya trinay. It smells so good. This is actually a Arabica coffee. And it has taste notes of orange peel, nectarine, black tea, and almond. Okay, and roasted medium light. Roasted last June 26. So, bagong-bago lang siya. Okay, so let's start by getting about 10 grams of coffee. And let's make it 20. Or 15 na lang. 15 grams. So here's the close-up of the bean. And let's grind it. Okay. Alright, now that is done, let me just show you a close-up look of our ground beans. And it's time to put it here on our dripper. Alright, make sure to press there. And let's just drop it in. Alright. It smells really fragrant. Let's just transfer this here. Oops. Okay. And let's start pouring. We are at 137. So we'll need about 240 ml of water. There you go. We are at 243. Okay, so I think that's done. Let's just remove this and give it a sniff. I don't really capture the sweetness part of it. Like I'm missing the orange peel and nectarine, but I can taste the black tea. And I'd say this is much bolder than the Ethiopian beans that I've tried. With the Ethiopian beans that I've tried, I can taste the bright citrus, like crispiness of it. But this is just, for me, it's just dark black coffee. But there's not much of the bitterness that you would expect from the normal coffee. It's a little lighter than that, but none of the sweetness. But still good. And this is the type of coffee that you'd like if the weather is a little cooler, maybe during the rainy days, not really during warm, sunny days like today. So with this, I'd prefer to add a little milk or maybe some sweetener. But I would think that this would do well in cold brew. So let me just try that as well. Let's make some cold brew for me to use in the next coming days. And we'll see how it goes. Alright, so it's about 2 p.m. and it has been about 20 hours of brewing this coffee, cold brewing this coffee. So it's time to push the plunger slowly, as gentle as you can, and it's time to decant it. So today I'll be using my reverse dripper with my Hario unbleached filter, just to make sure that we remove all those sediments. Okay, I think that's all. So you see those fine sediments that's caught up in the filter? That's the purpose of this second step, just to make sure that everything is filtered and you get a very, very clear cup of cold brew coffee. Okay, so here's our 20-hour cold brew Crescendo coffee. This one is from Lyndon. He is a Pinoy home roaster from southern Metro Manila. And we have this nice clear cup of coffee that I will be using in the next coming days. You can actually store this like this. Syempre may butas siya. So I use cling wrap just to make the seal flawless. There, so I just put a layer of cling wrap on my mug. And put the lid. And you can actually store it in your fridge for a week, kahit siguro isang serving lang ito or dalawang serving. Alright, so I got some shot syrup. This is macadamia. And I get my syrups from Coffee Pod PH. I will link them down below. So let's just put 10 ml of this syrup and a whole lot of milk. So today I'll be using this organic unsweetened almond milk. It smells beautiful. And give it a little stir. And then nothing here. Smells good. And mas nawala na yung pagka-dark niya because of the milk and the syrup. But I think this would taste better for cold brew. So I'm really excited to try that out. Alright, so I also did a batch of cold brew from the same beans from Crescendo Coffee. And this is from Tuba Arabica Benguet beans. So I steeped this for about 20 hours. And I wanted to taste the difference between the regular brew and the cold brew. I know I did that already, but I wanted to taste, like I wanted to know the difference if I steep it longer. The last time I did my cold brew, it was only 12 hours or 14 hours. So this is a little longer at 20 hours. And the difference that I did for this batch is I filtered it with my reverse dripper. So we get out all those very, very fine sediments, which is a success naman kasi meron talagang na-filter out pa rin. And I would say yun yung mga parang bitter part of the coffee, I guess. So let me just take a sip. Yan. I normally wrap it with cling wrap para sealed siya talaga. Okay, it's not bitter, but it's the character of the bean, which is magnified when I tasted the regular brew, like when I used my regular dripper for it. Mas magnified yung characteristic niya na parang bold, black tea. I honestly can still taste the nectarine or orange peel, pero there are sour notes, but I can't taste the sweetness. I would say I do prefer drinking cold brew coffee more than regular like hot brew. I don't know, it feels more palatable for me. It's just my personal preference. And I enjoy thinking about the idea that I can do a lot of beverages with it. Although I'm sure you can finish this in one sitting or two sittings, I plan to make some beverages with this. I already planned like recipes for the next coming videos. I'll be having two very interesting recipes using cold brew again because it has become my favorite. Also, I was able to secure my Lily drip just a few minutes ago actually. So I'm also excited to get that. Compare the difference between your regular V60 brewing versus if merong Lily drip. So stay tuned for that. Anyway guys, I guess that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have tried Crescendo coffee or any of its variants, don't forget to share it with me down below and let me know what you think. Or if you have any other requests about coffee, just shoot them down below. And I guess that's all for today, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!